July 21st, 1861. People arrived with picnic baskets to watch a war they believed would end in a single afternoon. Politicians, wealthy families, reporters, even children, stood on hills outside Virginia, laughing as cannons thundered in the distance. They thought this would be entertainment. Instead, they witnessed the moment America realized the Civil War would become a nightmare. This was the Battle of Bull Run, or as the South called it, First Manassas, and before the sun set, thousands would be dead, screaming, or running for their lives. Only months earlier, the United States had begun tearing itself apart. After Abraham Lincoln's election, Southern states seceded, forming the Confederate States of America. Both sides believed victory would come fast. The Union Army, led by General Irvin McDowell, marched from Washington, D.C. toward Virginia with around 35,000 men. Many of them had barely trained. Some had never fired a rifle before. Across the fields near Bull Run Creek waited Confederate forces under Generals P.G.T. Beauregard and Joseph Johnston. The Confederates were outnumbered, but they knew the land. At first, the Union attack worked. Federal troops pushed the Confederates backward through smoke-filled fields and shattered tree lines. Southern soldiers began breaking ranks. Some started retreating. For a moment, it looked like the Confederacy might collapse before the war had truly begun. Then everything changed on a hill called Henry House Hill. A Confederate general named Thomas Jackson stood firm while chaos exploded around him. Bullets ripped through the air. Cannons blasted men apart. But Jackson refused to retreat. One Southern officer shouted, "There stands Jackson like a stone wall." And from that moment, Thomas Jackson became immortalized as Stonewall Jackson. Fresh Confederate reinforcements slammed into exhausted Union lines. The battlefield erupted into total confusion. Smoke was so thick soldiers fired at shadows. Units marched the wrong direction. Officers lost control. Then, suddenly, the Union Army broke. What began as an organized retreat turned into absolute panic. Terrified soldiers crashed into civilians who had come to watch the battle. Wagons overturned. Horses bolted. Politicians fled beside wounded men covered in blood and dirt. The road back to Washington became a nightmare of fear, and the South roared with victory. But Bull Run revealed something far more terrifying than defeat. Both sides now understood the truth. This war would not end in weeks. It would consume years. And before it was over, more than 600,000 Americans would be dead. Bull Run was supposed to be the beginning of a quick victory. Instead, it became the opening warning of one of the bloodiest wars in human history.